everyone, and welcome to a Network 216 exclusive. I am your host, Tyler Johnson. You can follow me on Twitter at T_Johnson_TJ. Before we get into today's video, just a reminder, guys, if you could drop a like on this Network 216 exclusive and subscribe to the channel, we really would appreciate that support. We're on the push for 2,000 subscribers. We're getting closer and closer to that goal. We can't do it without you, though. So we really need that support, and it's free to subscribe to the channel. And also, liking the video just really helps that YouTube algorithm and really helps push the content out to other areas of Ohio outside of Columbus and Cleveland. So we really would appreciate that. But the big news of today, of course, is Ohio State has landed the commitment of four-star wide receiver Jeremiah McClellan. Again, this is huge for the Buckeyes, and that's why we're going to call these Network 216 exclusives the Buckeye Boom, because when we get a top recruit, we say, boom, baby. So Jeremiah McClellan has committed to the Ohio State Buckeyes. I would say this isn't really necessarily a surprise. I mean, the Buckeyes have been leading for him for a while, been multiple crystal balls out there for him for a long time. There have been three. One of the most recent actually came last week that he was going to go to Ohio State. I know with a lot of those crystal balls, you kind of have to take them with a grain of salt because they can change. I mean, a lot of recruiting experts are wrong on where KJ Bolden was going to go, and he ended up going to Florida State, even though everyone projected him to go to Georgia. I think this one, Brian Hartline, is going to have this wrapped up. It looks like for a while he's been leaning towards the Buckeyes, and it just makes a lot of sense. And a lot of people might ask why. Well, the Buckeyes like to recruit 3 to 4 wide receivers in their class every single year. If you look at the 2023 class, Brandon Enos, Cardinal Tate, then you had Noah Rogers and Bryson Rogers. That's 4 wide receivers in that class. Of course, 1 5-star, 3 4-stars, or 2 5-stars and 2 4-stars, depending on what recruiting site you look at. But you get the idea. They like to bring in multiple receivers because the reality is in college football, you are going to have guys that transfer, and they're preparing for that. A lot of people are asking, well, why do we need a guy like Jeremiah McClellan? He's a talent at the wide receiver position. He brings a different type of skill set. He's 6 foot, 190. He might even continue to grow and put on some weight. But if you look at his play, he's very similar to former Purdue wide receiver and current Cleveland Brown, David Bell. Now, how so? So he's very good as far as that short intermediate game. He makes all catches. I mean, he pretty much does. He doesn't have a lot of drops. He shows really good burst as a route runner, and that can really use that little bit of acceleration. The big thing with him, and it's the same with David Bell and was at Purdue, is that top end speed. He might be able to add to that at Ohio State. I wouldn't say that can't happen. But he's not going to be the guy that's vertically stretching the defense that much down the field, but he's going to bring a different dimension. He's going to be a quarterback's favorite target because of his stocky type of frame. And I think that's going to be huge because, again, he's really good with contested catches. He has shown his ability to really shield defenders from the ball because, again, he's not a huge receiver. I mean, 6 foot, 190, it doesn't sound like height-wise that's huge or anything like that, but it's that ability to really create that separation. And that's what's huge for him. Now, how is this going to shake out as far as the rest of the Ohio State wide receiver class? You already have the commitment of Jeremiah Smith, or some argue is the best player in the country, 5-star receiver. They have Mylan Graham, another 5-star wide receiver. I don't know if this is it for them. I know that they have expressed interest in Chance Robinson from St. Thomas Aquinas, who is a Miami commit and has been a Miami commit for a long period of time. But it sounds like that they offered him, and he's looks like going to take a visit to campus. So that's one to keep an eye on, but we'll see. If Jeremiah McClellan, when this commitment, this could mean that Chance Robinson, that doesn't happen anymore. But just another one to keep an eye on. Now the Buckeye wide receiver room moving forward, if you're looking for 2024 and beyond, Brandon Enos, Cardinal Tate, Jeremiah Smith, Mylan Graham, Jeremiah McClellan, Noah Rogers, Bryson Rogers, Jaden Ballard, Ohio State loaded at talent at wide receiver. That's a surprise to no one. But I want to know your guys' thoughts on the signing of Jeremiah McClellan. We'll have more reaction to this on the Scarlet and Gray Podcast coming up this week. But Let us know what you guys think of this pickup. A lot of fans are like, well, we don't need another receiver, but I know there's a good portion of the fan base, if we didn't land a guy like Jeremiah McClellan that we've been in the lead for so long, that fans would be like, well, this is terrible. Like, and we're obviously not really good recruiters anymore, and they'd just be freaking out a lot more. So I'm pumped about signing him. I think it's huge for the program. You have to add, like they do, 3 to 4 receivers every recruiting cycle, and they did that again here. So I love this pickup. Good job by Brian Hartline and Ryan Day once again. Can't wait to see how he fits into the wide receiver room moving forward. Just a reminder, guys, be sure drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're brand new to the Network 216 YouTube channels. We're trying to reach 2,000 subscribers here by the end of this season. Appreciate your time. Can't wait to talk to you all again soon. And go Buckeyes.